before calling all the ladies, and I'll need the phone to make sure I'm not making mistakes with the name, I want to start with something that Yuri said. Fell in love with the problem, not the solution. And I couldn't agree more, because how can you fall in love with a solution that doesn't exist because you don't understand the problem? And I want to go a little bit deeper with something that I always say: learn to read properly between the lines, learn to actively listen. Why? Because if you know how to do this and you're a good observer, any complex problem will come with at least one valuable solution. And sometimes the challenge is not to find answers, but to ask the right questions. And this is what we are trying to do with this panel, that is empowerment for women. But because I do believe in gender equality, let's also try to keep it in a gender balance, or genderless. Why? Because gender equality means this: not discriminating any gender, regardless of the type. Without any further ado, I want to invite the ladies, Luba, Stavriana, Evangelina, and Maria. And like I was introduced before, my name is Raluca Ioanna Man. So now from the surname, which is M-A-N, you understand why the love for gender equality, because it's a man as well. So I need to be as fair as possible. I am a business and brand strategist, and I've also created BSA, the Business Society Accelerator, because I wanted to offer a platform to founders, to different levels of businesses that could learn, grow together, and support more. And I'm very grateful to have these amazing ladies here, because we're not going to talk about theory, we're going to talk about real life examples, challenges, failures, successes that every single one of these amazing, powerful women had. You know, a dream without a plan, a goal, sorry, without a plan, is just a dream. And if you don't execute something, you will miss it. These four ladies here executed, and they have a lot to say about this. 60 seconds, even less, 1-2 sentences. Could each one of you say who you are, what you do, in a way that the room will always remember you?
I will try. Hi, everyone. My name is Maria. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Malloc. We help people stay safe and private online. Basically, we monitor and prevent anyone from recording or transmitting data without your knowledge.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Evangelina, and I'm the founder of Bungálow 28. We are at the intersection of tech and image, and we cater our services to fashion, luxury, art, and culture. And I'm also the co-founder of Tallulah, a sustainable resort wear brand. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luba. I'm the co-founder of Verv. We do products for healthy lifestyle, like running, fitness, meditation, healthy nutrition. And I've been doing it for a while, like 13 years so far. I've been the CEO of the company for 10 years, and during the last 2 years, I already stepped down from the role of CEO. So I focus on doing some investments as the angel. I also mentor amazing girls and women who build their career or maybe on the way to do their own startups. And also I'm the founder of Women Leadership Club. Its name is Lead.Learn.Love. And it's just a safe community for girls who are interested to discuss any problems or questions they want. It could be personal or professional, whatever. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. I'm Stavriana Kofteros. I'm one of the co-founders of W11 Ventures. It's a growth innovation advisory venture friend, and now we do investments through our own family office. So in a nutshell, we're in the business of growth and scaling. And that means a lot of heartache and smiles. Fewer, but better.
Yeah, it does. Keep the mic there. We're going to go from that one towards Maria. Women are often told, since it's a women empowerment, we have to start with a women question. Women are often told to start small. What's one move where you deliberately choose to think big from the beginning, and how did it pay off? I believe this is something that we should give answer, because I know through mentorship, all of us deal with a lot of young ladies afraid to start, afraid to do the step because they were told to think small. They were told that it's not an industry for you.
That's a tough one. I cannot
I know,
answer it. I cannot
but
answer
you are all
that
tough
one. And I'm going to
and
tell
powerful.
you why I cannot answer that one because I think it's a mindset issue.
Perfect.
So I would, first of all, I have an issue with normal. It's statistics. Doesn't make it right. So if it's right, even if you're the only one that believes it, you just do it, and it doesn't matter if the rest of
love
the
that.
planet is going in a different direction. They will see the light at some point, if it's important enough. So it is a mindset issue for me. There was never a start small. I mean, what's small? And if you're going to do it, which is a painful journey, and it requires passion and resilience and greed, and it's going to make you cry, it's going to stress you, it's probably going to, shatter your marriage or whatever other important relations you have in your life, because it takes a lot to understand a journey of an entrepreneur or a person that doesn't, it's like a salmon. It goes against the current, not with the current. Why do it small? You're going to go through the pain anyway. Do it for the thing you absolutely fucking love. So do it in a big way. And you never know. You shoot for the stars, you might land on the moon. That kind of story. It somehow works, or at least you're in the neighborhood.
I love that. Thank you. Asking the right questions and getting the correct answers, because we've heard only one. We still have 3 more. And I'm sure the audience agrees. And let's keep mindset plays a huge role. Luba?
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more on what you just said. Starting my own thing was already thinking bigger than I would initially do. This was stepping out of the comfort zone. I would mention more tactical thing here. When I started my business, I was back in Belarus, where I am from initially. Belarus is quite a small country, well, bigger than Cyprus, but still it's just 10 million people there. And very often, young entrepreneurs, when they start their business, they just think, okay, I'll start locally and then expand worldwide. So from the very beginning, the decision I made was to focus on the worldwide, focusing and targeting on the United States, on European users, etc., so that we try to have a bigger piece of the pie. And the result was amazing. We now have more than 150 million users from all over the world. So this is one of the examples.
Thank you. Evangelina?
So before I answer the question, for me, practically, I did start small. The first paycheck that I ever received was 50 euros, and I had to go and pick it up. So I never said in my entire life that I'm not going to do something because of this X amount of money. So what I started to do, and that was the mindset, was I thought big, and I dreamt big. In the beginning, of course, I was called the little girl with the little business, but I didn't allow that to affect me. And I did that by, practically positioning both companies on a global scale. But internally, I made the decision to zoom out, look at everything from above, from the observatory, because once you start doing that and you shed off, those layers of ego, then you understand that number 1, nothing is personal. Number 2, rejection is redirection. Number 3, failures are opportunities to grow and learn. And the last thing is always trust and divine timing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think that starting small is bad. So, at Malloc, of course, the vision is big, and at the end, we started from mobile phones, then we moved to mobile apps, and at the end, we want to protect any device that transmits or collects data. But we did start small. We started with one mobile app that had one of the features. It was like the 1/10 of what we envisioned to be the complete app. We released it in the Play Store, and 6 months later, we got downloads and revenue, and now we have more than 1 million users. But we started small, and starting small is not bad. It's good. And you iterate on starting small, and you go one step at a time until you build what you envision, and you make it perfect for the world.
Thank you very much. I don't know about you, but I'm really enjoying this panel and all the responses. So we have mindset, we have don't be afraid to dream big, we have, I will keep one which is my favorite and I truly resonate, believe in the perfect timing. And it's not bad to start small, important is to start. And failures, well, if you don't fail, you will never win because it means you're not trying. And I want to explain one more thing before going to the second questions. I am asking the same question to all of the ladies. Why? Because I want to show that we have different backgrounds, different industries, different personalities, different answers. Bottom line, they all succeeded. That's why don't try to copy, implement it towards what you're doing, because it can work in different way, not just one. There's not just one correct road. Like Waze, you get different maps, not just one, for the same place. Question number 2. Sum it up in one word, one sentence. What's one decision you made that radically changed the trajectory of your business, and what was the mindset behind it? Stavriana mentioning mindset. Maria?
I have 3.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll try to be fast. So the first one was actually starting the startup. So I was working at the university as a researcher, as a lecturer. I was doing fantastic research. I enjoyed it really, really much. And then I decided that I wanted to build something of my own. So I gave my resignation in, and I started something that it was an idea with no actual data on whether this will have market applicability or even be technologically possible. The second one was joining YC. This changed the trajectory of the startup. I mean, we wouldn't exist today if it wasn't YC in our way. And it was a difficult decision because at the time, a lot of people were advising us that maybe this is not a good decision, maybe you need to consider something else. Anyway, the third decision, which was super hard, that I had to take was last year. Malloc was growing, revenues were growing, but it wasn't going super fast. At the time, also, our infrastructure was costing more and more. So it was a one-weekend decision that I said, okay, we're going to stop everything that we're doing. We're going to rebuild the infrastructure to make it like, I don't know how many times more efficient, and also stop all marketing until we fix the product. I'm glad that I took that decision because now we're growing in a more sustainable and profitable way than we did before, but it was hard to do it.
Yeah, thank you.
So for me, when I first started Bungálow 28, I was very lucky because I was failing from the beginning. I was pitching the initial idea and I was being rejected day after day after day. So the first decision was that I went back to the drawing board and I wrote down the things I'm good at, the things I'm not, and what I need to do to get to where I am today. So I completely restructured the idea, capitalized on my strengths, accepted my failures and my shortcomings, and came up with a completely different idea. So that was the first thing that I had to do. The second thing was that I started to think globally from the beginning, even if I had to fake it. So I leveraged on the fact that I speak French, so our site is also available in the French language, so we were able to start attracting clients from those countries, and then it just went from there. It snowballed from there. Thank you.
Thank you.
As I've mentioned, my business is quite mature, so I've been doing it for more than 12 or 13 years, as far as I remember. So it's very hard to mention just one thing, because when looking back, I think the whole journey was making very hard decisions and choices all the time. For example, we changed the business model constantly. We worked first as the paid applications, then we switched to freemium apps and having advertisements in them, and then we switched to subscriptions. And then when we switched to subscriptions, it allows us to grow our revenues as far as I remember, from something like 20,000 per month to about 2 million just in a few months. It was like, wow, just skyrocketing. And this was just one single decision made. And then there were lots of others, like changing the whole team structure, changing the whole management team, firing half of the team when you have over 100 people. This was all very, very, very tough. Stepping down from the role of the CEO was also a tough decision. Finding the right person to work for you. And it wasn't right from the very, I think maybe it took me 5 attempts to succeed in that. So this was all the journey. But the mindset behind that for me was always is that nothing is stable, especially in the world of business. And you have to be very flexible, you have to be very open-minded, you always have to search for new ways to do something differently. This is what will keep you growing, this is what will keep you better than the competitors. This is the idea I strongly believe in. Thanks.
Thank you.
I would say 2 things, and they're not very specific, but it's 2 very specific things, and I'll explain what I mean. I'll take you back in the 90s. I'm that old, yeah. So when I first started, I don't have a technical background, by the way. I've studied political science and business. I wanted to be a corporate lawyer in the US. That's a whole different story. That didn't work. My first job, fresh out of university, was in a telecom startup abroad, right? I had absolutely nothing to do with the tech. I fell in love with the tech. I went all in because I had to work on the business plan and help the company raise. They were raising $4 million dollars at the time, actually, from the US. And I had absolutely no clue what the tech bottlenecks were and how that translated into business bottlenecks that you need to take care in the business plan, account for it, and actually had to make sense when you were talking scalability. So this was a 20-something, 21-year-old girl, loud but still a girl at the time, with her notepad walking in the server room of 25 engineers, and you guessed it, they were all guys. I'm like, guys, teach me. I don't know shit. At first they were like this. They were amazing though, because they could see that I meant it. I really wanted to know, and they started teaching me. And then that's how it all started, the translator. Taking the tech and translate it into business and understanding, and that basically started everything. How it comes into now, that's a go all in, jump into it. So you don't know, you'll learn. So what, you know? You can ask, you can even ask ChatGPT, but use your brain. You learn, you jump in. And the other one is learn to say no. And the no's are the hardest, especially when you're a young startup or a young in whatever you do, not age-wise, but I mean company-wise, and people say, oh, you cannot afford to say no to a client or this or that. No. Stay authentic. Never changes, whether it has to do with your product or your service or what you offer or you yourself. Learn to say no. They respect it more, even if it means that, okay, we're losing this client and it's probably going to hurt. And my co-founder is also here, my partner. We've been through the tough days and nights where you have to take the decision to say no because it's taking you in a different direction that has nothing to do with where you want to go.
Thank you. I love that, and I did have a previous experience, similar experience when I was young, being mentored by some men, and it was really helpful. And no's are game changers, because we're running out of time, and I still want to ask you 2 questions. Let's keep it 10 seconds each. First, share a little bit about your support system, the behind the scene, the team, the system, the boundaries, the healthy boundaries. Want to start?
The boundaries are the no's that you have to learn to say. And about support system,
One more thing except the no's?
The no's, that's the
no's.
boundary.
No,
Stay true to yourself, be authentic.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to water it down at some ways, right? Because I still don't have fuck you money. I'm not a billionaire. Not yet. Excuse my French. Talking about my support
so alike
system.
With this,
yeah.
The French part. You have no idea.
My support system is my partner, and he's right here. It's the managing partner of W11 Ventures, and because it's a journey, and you're in this together with your partners, and they're the only ones on this planet that truly understand what you're going through building your company. I mean, I have lots of respects for solo entrepreneurs and one founder teams. It's unbelievably difficult to build and scale a company with just one person, because the only person that truly understands what you're going through is your co-founders, not your employees. They'll never understand. It's always your co-founder.
Thank you. Luba, one word, one short sentence.
I agree. I never compromise on working with the people. So if I don't like, I never work with them. But what is even more important to me, I would say, is that you should only do things that super motivates you, because it gives you 10 times more energy. So I never compromise on working on the products that don't give me that spark, so that I work 10 times more.
Perfect. Thank you.
I am a solo entrepreneur, so it was very hard building a team. So I've learned, number one, keep it lean. Number two, your support system is always your family. And number three, say no to things that do not align with your values as a human being. Thank you.
So true. Thank you. Maria?
I will just add that you will need a support system. It's not an easy journey
Definitely.
having a startup. There are many times that things are super difficult, and I think your partner or your family needs to be aware that you're going to go through this journey, and they need to, from the beginning, to say that yes, we're going to support you, and we are ready for it. Because when I was fundraising, for example, for Malloc, I was in the room closed for 7 days. I was sleeping in the same room, and I was fundraising like for 12 hours every day, non-stop, and my partner was bringing me food, and one day he said, well, let's go outside, you need to see the sun. So you need someone who's going to say, okay, I understand what you're going to build, and I'm going to be there to support you.
Thank you so much. Okay, I want to end the panel with one more question that is more related to you, all the people in the audience, but I want to first say this. Thank you so much, because it's so beautiful to listen from women who they don't have to prove themselves anymore. They've succeeded, they are fine, they don't have any complex issues, they're not afraid to speak French, for God's sake. I wanted to say for fuck's sake, but I said, okay, let's keep it to 1 from 5, but okay, it came. If you have to give, from summing up all your experience, one piece of advice to the audience from all your journey, from good and bad, from fuck-ups and successes, what would that be?
For me, it's, don't listen to anyone. I mean, don't listen to people who haven't walked the way that you want to walk. Don't listen to people who are not willing to put the effort that you are willing to put in to make it happen.
Thank you. Maria, Angelina.
What Maria said, and if I may add, for me, it's always ask, because when you ask, you will be surprised how many people are willing to help you and how many people are able to listen to what you have to say. So don't be afraid to ask. Thank you.
Thank you. Luba?
I would say never dim your light to make others feel comfortable. Only listen to yourself and don't try to become less in whatever is there, who you are. You can be soft and strong, you can be spiritual and analytically minded, so never try to limit yourself in who you are. Just find your own way.
I love that. I used to say, you can still be successful without burning your soul.
Absolutely, love that. Plan, look at the challenges, and just fucking do it. That's all I say. Excuse my French.
Thank you so much. Well done to the organizer. And one question from the audience. You're not getting books. Okay. we had to put this straight. You can ask question without books.
Thank you for the panel. This was very interesting. My question is actually maybe more for Maria, but probably for everyone as well. So, being successful women entrepreneurs, I'm interested in knowing how you attract women talent to your projects.
So thank you for the question. And actually, this is something that we try as well. You know, we don't really attract them; they come to us. So, I mean, it's Malloc, right? So when we have a job opening, we get too many applications because everyone knows that Malloc was in YC, so we want to work at a startup, we want to work at Malloc. But we shortlist all the female applications, and I actually go through them, and I shortlist them, and we try to hire as many women as possible. It's not easy. There are not so many software engineers that are women, but we really, really want to support them. And I don't think that we do bias. It's like when a man hires, they see their younger self. I see my younger self in other women, so this is what I try to do.
When I was the CEO of the company I founded, I was surprised to know that, well, we didn't do anything specific for that, but more than 60% of the leadership team was women. And I was surprised to know that in the other companies, it was a lot lower. It was like 20%, 30%. And we even didn't have anything specific to attract them. This is exactly true. They come to us. And when I stepped down from the role of the CEO, in a year after, I figured out that the changes in the management team, unfortunately, lead to the fact that it was something like 30%. So women are very much inspired by the examples they want to see, unfortunately. And then we started doing a lot of things to attract woman leadership in the team because we needed them.
I want to add one more thing to what the lady said, that I totally agree, and we're doing this. In some of the companies I sit in boards, one thing that works mainly to attract, and in tough industries, are designed for women disrupted mentorship programs and internship, knowing that they will go there, they will learn, they will have, after they finish, the opportunity to work there, to get a job, to be trained by mentors, both women and men. We actually switch and we have C-level men with young ladies and the other way around, because it's good to walk on the other one's shoes and understand. Mentorship is something very important that I believe all companies should have it in. Thank you very much. Are we done?
Thanks.
Thank you.